Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And for today's PokeMMO interview episode, I have our special guest here to my left, ValFeff. Would you like to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody. This is ValFeff here. How you doing?
Certainly. Yeah, and congratulations on the Masquerade.
Thank you, thank you. She's my precious. She helped me get more shinies.
Hey, would you like to link it to us?
Sure. Just a second, please. There she is.
Excellent. All right, there we go. So, choice scarf there. 31 special attack.
Oh, she also helped me with gym reruns.
Huh, interesting.
Yes.
Oh, turn book was nice. So I do have to ask though, it's jolly nature though, and it lowers down the special attack. How are you able to compensate that in a gym run?
Oh, I only use her for U-turn. So the thing is that on gym reruns, there are some teams. I use a Pelipper for rain dance in very few gyms like ground gyms and fire gyms. And so what I do is, since their sand setter is going to be slower than Pelipper, I pretty much put her in the front, lower their attacks just to make sure, and they cannot outspeed U-turn, so I just U-turn into Pelipper. That's pretty much her whole job.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah, Mesquin's pretty reliable at that. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and dive into more personalized questions about you, shall we? So Val,
Sure.
Beth, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so our very first question is, how long have you been playing Pokemon?
As of right now, I've been playing for nearly 4 years. I started late 2020.
Nice. And what activity do you enjoy doing in game? Do you like the competitive scene? Do you like shiny hunting?
I've never been much into competitive. I do two things mostly. One is shiny hunting, and the second one, well, nowadays, shiny hunting. The second thing that I do most is I like to be present in chat in order to help people.
Excellent. Yeah, that's certainly a wonderful thing for you to do. And I do want to ask, speaking about helping others, when did you aspire to join staff team?
So this is actually a little bit of a funny story. I never really thought that I was going to become a part of staff. It was originally not within my goals. However, a friend of mine inspired me into it. And I decided around November or December of last year, 2023, that I was going to give it a try. And I applied. And as they say, the rest is history.
Certainly. Yeah, and how long was it until you had to wait for an interview and the like?
So I actually had to wait for an interview for about 5 to 6 weeks before even getting a response to my application. And after that, it was like an extra week, I think, or 8, 9 days, something like that, to get a proper interview.
Certainly. Yeah, no problem. I ask because several people on the program have asked me, hey, Roy, how long do I need to wait for an interview and the like? So I thought I would ask that question.
I've heard from other people that it could take longer, it could take shorter. Like it's not really like a, a specific time that they take. It really depends on how they are doing. That's what I've heard.
Certainly. And speaking about your in game ventures, so what was your most memorable shiny, my friend?
But my most memorable shiny is this one. His name is Agate. And just in case anybody's wondering, I name all of my shinies after precious stones. So his name is Agate, and he is the most memorable for me.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's adamant. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. So I do want to ask you though, what was your most memorable moment in game?
It actually has to do a lot with this guy here. So by the time I got him, I had been on a shunt for him specifically for 5 months. I had started on late September of last year, 2023, to shunt for him. I had faced 3 times before November. for about 78, 79,000 encounters. And then all the way from mid to late October, no, yes, from late October till January of this year, I did not get a single shiny until I finally found him. And when I found him, I was running away from the horde. And the warning that you get about running away from shinies is what stopped me. So this guy popped up, and I was about to cry because I had been there for almost 5 months by then. And just between phase number three and this guy, there were over 126,000 encounters.
Wow.
And I was pretty much done. And the reason why it's memorable is not just the amount of time it took, it's because as I mentioned before, I like to be present in chat. So people knew that I was shunting this. People knew that I hadn't left that cave in months. And when I finally shared it, it flooded the chat. And like there was an influx of people that congratulated me, and I really, really appreciated the love.
Congratulations on the shiny Haxorus. That's a pretty big deal. So, yeah,
Thanks,
you're,
thanks.
you're welcome. So, what's your advice to anyone shiny hunting a Pokemon?
Don't give up. That's my main advice. Like I know the shiny rates in here are far lower than they are in the main games, even in games before Gen 6. But don't give up. You will find shinies when you least expect them. Just yesterday, this day I'm actually currently shunting for a Meowth. And yesterday I accidentally found a different shiny. Well, not at my shunting spot. I was just being silly, going for a phenomenon that I didn't need because I have my OT decks completed. I do not need phenomenons. I do not need them at all. I just went because I felt like it. And on my way, I didn't put up a repel. There were three tiles of grass, and I found a shiny. So you will find them when you least expect them. Don't give up at all.
Yeah, the story of my life when I'm trying to hunt for Articuno, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. So, yeah. If I might ask, how did you find PokeMMO, my friend?
Oh, this is actually from a different friend. So there is this friend that I have that sometimes I play Minecraft with,
Right.
and he and I are into Pokemon. I am more into Pokemon than he is. And one day he started talking to me about this awesome Pokemon game, and it was online, and you were not playing by yourself. And I didn't think much about it. I was like, ah, yeah, sure, it sounds interesting, like mildly interested at best. And I'm not very good with computers. That's one of my greatest weaknesses. I'm not very good with computers. So when he said that it was not something on Steam, but it was something that I needed to install, I was reluctant. And eventually he convinced me, he guided me through the process of installing the game, which is extremely easy, extremely, extremely user friendly how to install this game. So I just installed it. I started playing on Hoenn because that was my favorite region at the time. And I have not gone back since.
Wow.
He stopped playing this game, but I have stayed here.
Wonderful. And I'm going to say this for legal reasons because it's not just a PokeMO rule, it's also a certain legal rule that I need to follow as well. The Roy Rogers News Channel is not going to provide any ROMs, so feel free to explore the ways to get that by yourself. No links of any ROMs. You find that yourself. I need to say that for legal reasons, so there you go. I'm sure
I would like
ValFeff.
to add that.
What?
Yes, I would like to add as well, as part of staff, please do not discuss ROM acquisition on the chats that we have in here. That is something that is absolutely not, we shouldn't be talking about it. I understand that you might be missing some ROMs. I'm sorry, you will have to Google that one yourself.
Certainly. Yeah, and we trust your judgment on that. So keep that in mind. But now, for our final question, do you have any advice to give for anyone who would like to contribute to PokeMMO?
For anybody that would like to contribute to PokeMMO, so my best advice, be nice. As simple as that. The community that has grown in this game is something that I feel very welcomed into. It's giving me a very warm sense of camaraderie. There are, of course, some outliers, but that's the minority. If you are considering playing this game, I do recommend you come here with an open mind. Come here expecting that this game is going to be harder, by the way. This is not just your normal emulator. The games are going to be harder than normal. NPCs are going to be smarter. So have that in mind. But aside from that, the games are very enjoyable. The community is there to help you. I am there to help you on English and Spanish chats if ever you need me to, and if I'm online. So don't you worry. And come with an open mind, an open heart, and we'll be here.
Certainly. Yeah, and just to add to that, this is an MMO, so when our friend ValFeff is saying that the NPCs are going to be much harder, just keep in mind that when you play another MMO, that things in general are just a lot harder than they are in the original games because the original Pokemon franchise was marketed towards people that are around 8 or 9 years old. This game is marketed more so to people 17 plus. So just keep in mind that the difficulty scale is made for people of that age bracket. So just keep that in mind. And ValFeff, do you have anything to add before we sign off?
I'll be waiting for all of you.
Excellent. All right, and we're going to go ahead and sign off. Stay tuned for the big video that I'm about to come out with. And of note, I'm still trying to work with that co-host about that video, but if not, I can get another co-host so that way we're not waiting for too long on that particular video. Don't worry, I'm going to try to get that out. Anyways, this is Roy Rogers channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to our channel. And ValFeff, thank you so much for being a part of the Roy Rogers News channel.
Thank you for inviting me.
Certainly. And this is the Roy Rogers News channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel like the content that you see here. And this is Roy Rogers News channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased Roy Rogers News.